Yeah, yeah, you know how we do this. It's your boy, DJ Voltron. I got Brother Sickum in the building. Check it out. That's how we started.
I'd like to return to the classics.
Yeah, it's already for 2007. It's now another drought. Everybody's a killer. Wow, we bugging out. 66 showing the crowd what I'm about. They still want to know when the album coming out. Ask teenagers, OGs, and ask the kids. Out in the booth, when your flow stay submerged in the fountain of youth. Ain't no doubt the truth, I'm all for meters. Everybody co-signing, even non-believers. Since I came to the door, became one of y'all's leaders. In a fresh pair of Air Force One sneakers. Sometimes they call them uppies when they on people. Probably born with KRS One teachers. No, maybe New York before the heaters. I bet your car had them all when you all
Alright, we're gonna let this rock, yo. We're gonna let it rock.
Perseverance. See the fake hustler rapper, put up and hurts the hitters. How you went platinum, yeah, that's nice. Now let me see you do the same thing twice. Time for a couple of more times. Please, your amateur night, it's showtime. It's one life to live, so live it the best you can. I can use one less man, not enough hair, not enough car factories to manufacture new vehicles again to them. When they do make the whip, you like your chips ain't right. By the time you can afford it, the car ain't important. In the street siren, it's just iron. Cops keep firing, they're not firing. Leave you a slump, then they drive home far from the hood, brothers they eager to jump on. I like to be the wall that they toast up on. I like to see them fall, guilty for doing wrong. I'm classic like the Air One, the hustler shoe. That's what I'm accustomed to. Yeah, classic. Live straight classic. I'm better than I ever been.
Longer than I ever been.
I'm everywhere you never been. Better than I ever been. Classic. Live straight classic. I'm better than I ever been. Of course, we have Black KRS-One. How many y'all got criminal mind? Y'all don't be blinded. Me, I got no jewels on my neck. Why? I don't need them. I got you respect. KRS-One, 20 years I rock. I do it for JMJ and Scott the Rock. It's hip-hop, and we's a nation. Don't you want to hear KRS on the radio station? And how we smoke on the radio, we need to hear more local MCs. We smoke, come on, this is the difference between MC and rock. Rappers spit rhymes that are mostly illegal. MCs spit rhymes to uplift people. Peace, love, unity, having fun. Lyrics of KRS-One. Classic.
Yeah. And that's it. That's it. Hip-hop, man. That's what we here for.
Classic.
That's what we here for, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying?
So what's good though?
I'm over here, Cybertron. We got Universal Pod, Crown Podcast. Everything is real good, man. Let me know how y'all feeling out there. I'm with Brother Sickum. We gonna explain the world of hip hop. And he got some literature for y'all. He got some deep knowledge for y'all. You know what I'm saying? He's really gonna get into it, the details and all that.
He's gonna go into the topic of the scientific evolution of hip hop.
The scientific evolution of hip hop.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Because basically we're gonna talk about the evolution of hip hop and where it come from, but on a scientific level,
Right.
So we gotta, me, we always got to go back to that mic and turntables and that microphone.
Right, the
That's
essence.
the essence. That's like the essence of hip hop to me. The turntable and the microphone, and we got to go. And in order to know what hip hop is about, we
True
got to
indeed,
understand. We got to understand the evolution of where the microphone and the turntables, how it went through its evolution to insert itself into the culture, what we call hip hop. You know what I'm
Right, right.
saying?
And what
So
disappoints me, these new artists and some old artists, they don't respect the culture. They don't care. I
yeah,
want
they
to make
don't
money
care.
off this hip hop shit. That's it. It's deeper for us because, as us being minorities, this is like something that we own. We started. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, it's more than just I'm gonna go get some money. It's our culture. People around the whole world, they love hip
Yeah,
hop. So with that
yeah.
said, man, go ahead and talk to
Some people just come in to rape it. They raping the culture. They taking from it, but they ain't giving nothing back.
them. Or
You know what I'm
nothing.
saying? They ain't implanting nothing that helps take the culture to the
Wow.
next level or push it forward. So they just there to take from it. And once they
Right.
take from it, then they do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, it's bad business. Bad business, man.
Yes. So eventually, you only can take from something for so long before you, what they call it, you just exhaust all the natural resource and you kill it. So
Right,
so the
right.
people, so the people that do that, they actually are the ones that's gonna try to kill this culture we call hip hop. Cause the only thing that they doing is taking. They ain't giving nothing back. They ain't making a fair exchange.
Well, let me add on. Let me add on to that, brothers. I actually think they destroyed hip hop with all the P Diddy situations going on. All this nothing to the community, the gay community. Y'all do what y'all do, but when it comes to the culture and what our culture stand for, like being, man up,
Mm,
gangster, all of that, it's
mm,
just like for to have all these artists to participate in gay activities is horrible. It's horrific. A lot of people don't respect the culture no more. It's too much,
Oh my God.
like I said, I don't have nothing against the gay community, but it's too much for the people that don't go that route, that really love hip hop. And I mean, the gay community, they have their lane. They
yeah,
they can actually go that route. It's not like I said, I'm not hating or nothing, but like I said, the culture that we know, we didn't participate in certain activities. We
yeah,
enjoyed the music, the graffiti, the dancing on the dance floor with the ladies, and just having a great time. You
yeah.
know,
But that comes with the most important element of hip hop, and a lot of people are forgetting the knowledge of self. You understand? So
right,
when we talking about graffiti and breakdancing, DJing and rapping, we can't forget the most important culture, part of the culture, and that's the knowledge of self. So when you get rid of the knowledge of self, which they actually did, this is why the culture is dying.
right,
Because the most important thing that gave us our identity or gave us knowledge of self or who we were and where we came from, they killed that part. The only thing it's about now is just, rapping and materialism. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
But they killed the most important part of the culture, and that's the knowledge of self. And us being black people are getting knowledge of self or who we came, where we came from. You know what I'm saying? And keeping up the traditions and culture and ceremonies that our ancestors laid for us. You know, that's the most important. That's the part that we not tapping into.
at all,
We
at all.
at
Not
all, at all. Because if we was, then the knowledge itself, which is that part of the hip hop culture, would teach us not even to deal with that nonsense
right,
as men, because the culture of knowledge itself puts man and woman in the position of where they supposed to be at.
So I'm thinking on a level. Why should I
Mm-hmm.
tap in when I'm making all this money? You understand what I'm saying? I'm living my life. The way it is now is like we had a song, "No New Friends," basically no
Mm-hmm.
networking, no unity. But then we had
Mm-hmm.
back in the day, Queen Latifah, UNITY. That's a unity. But now
Yeah.
it's the whole change. It's like why? Why don't want to tap in? Why don't you care about the culture? I just want to make money off this. You
But
know?
you don't have to care about the culture.
Mm-hmm.
But here goes the laws of nature. If you don't cultivate your culture, then as a people, you're gonna be lost, and it's gonna be a lot of self-destructive things going on because culture is what gives you identity. It also gives you pride. It also gives you dignity. It also gives you self-respect. Um, all these things. So if you don't tap into the most important part of your culture, which is the knowledge of self, then you're heading down a road of self destruction. You can
Then
get
again,
all the money you can get all the money you want, but knowledge itself is going to show you how to deal with the dynamics of money where it don't take over you and help make you do things against your culture.
man, I'm gonna play
If
the
you
devil's
understand what
advocate.
I'm
I'm gonna play the
saying.
devil's advocate. So I don't care about that. I got jewelry. My money is my knowledge of self. I'm making money. Why do I have to? I understand where you coming from, but what's that doing benefiting me? I already made the money. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
need to cultivate nothing. I got everything I need right now. I got the Benz in the backyard, the Bentley.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
this is what they think.
What's the what's the sense of having all those things when you don't have knowledge of self or who you are, and your culture to structure you where you don't self
Aha.
destruct because you're going to self destruct with money, and a lot of people do. So you can have the Benz, the Rolex, the designer, all that. But as a what gives you dignity and pride and respect as a man or a woman, which is your culture, and respect for where you come from and your ancestors, if you go against that, you're definitely gonna look like a clown. You're definitely gonna self destruct.
I'm a devil's advocate again.
You're gonna what they call immoralize yourself. That's what you're
Right,
gonna do. You're gonna be a person with money that immoralize themselves.
right.
You
Now you said look like a clown,
Yeah, degrade.
right?
I should say you're going to degrade yourself. You're going to disrespect yourself. You're going to disrespect your people. You're going to disrespect everything because you're not in tapped into your culture. And the most important part is the part that gives you knowledge of self or who you are. Because once you know that, you're going to respect yourself. You're going to respect your people. You're going to respect your ancestors. All that going, and then while you got that with money, that's going to make you more powerful, and that's going to make you look more, it's going to be a good look for you because now you got money, but at the same time you got dignity and respect, and people going to respect you more.
I so much
You
agree with
understand?
you, but I'm gonna play the devil's advocate. I'm gonna play this side.
Mm,
I got money. I don't care about the ancestors. Like if they out like the street guys. If I'm out there shooting and grandma in the way, she shouldn't be outside. Kids shouldn't be outside. This is what they think. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, I get
So
you.
much disrespect.
Oh my
I
But
God.
don't
that's
care.
a
This is about getting that money. Why
yeah
should I
but
care about
that's a
the next man?
but that's a listen, what you have to understand, a person that don't have a culture is a savage. This is what separates us from animals. If you don't have no type of cultural structuring, then you just regress, or I should say digress, into a savage. So all that money and all that stuff that you're saying is just gonna be gone, and you're gonna destroy yourself.
And that's what they
As
call
you're gonna be,
themselves.
and they
They call
cool, and
themselves demons.
they cool with that. Some people cool with self-destructing, and that's their prerogative. But you're not gonna that's their prerogative, but you understand it's going to happen because you're defying the natural laws of nature. You're going against the grain. So you don't have to care. None of this got nothing to do with feelings. But what's going to happen? The karma of what's going to happen is going to happen when you go against. If you don't take into the consideration of how natural law um, governs you and how you're supposed to be in tune with it and follow it.
I deal with
So
karma when they get there. I get money,
that's
man.
cool. That's cool.
You know, that's what they say. You get
That's
money.
cool.
You know,
But
all you say, what you Farrakhan or something?
all
What
that
you
is
trying to unite
all
brothers?
all that is cool. But a guarantee when you get to that point of self destruction, it's going to change. It's going to change your whole perspective of what you how you was thinking. Because it's just like a brother that's out in the street, like how you was talking, that don't give a damn, living like a savage, robbing, stealing, shooting, don't care if elders and stuff is out there. But when they get in that jail cell and they get hit with that 25 to life, then when they get the and when that settle in and they're inside that jail cell, I bet you they change their mind when they in tune with themselves and they reflect on what they did. I bet you then they're gonna be wishing that they didn't think like that and they didn't make the decisions that they made. So it's all cool, but
Right.
karma is gonna be what it's gonna be. And when you gotta face karma, all that tough shit is gonna definitely go out the window when you reflect. Because at the end of the day, life, freedom, all that good stuff is going to be taken away from you, and you're gonna be feeling stupid. You're gonna be feeling like a sucker at the end of the day. So
Yeah, but I see when I get there though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It don't
yeah,
happen to all of us.
that's
You know what I
cool.
mean? I'm gonna be on a
That
yacht. I'm gonna be on a yacht with a lot of women. You know, I
yeah,
got a lot
all
of
that's cool.
cars. You know, this is their perspective. This is what they talk about. This is
Yeah,
that's why I'm
but
playing it.
only
I'm playing
no
both
the
sides. You know what I'm saying?
no we overstand that, but all that's gonna change. You see that energy that they have,
Right,
that you how you talking, playing devil's advocate, how they talk, and that's the way they do. But
right.
when they have to face that karma for all the stuff that they did, it always changes. I don't
Listen
know
to
no
this.
dude. I don't know. Here goes the real talk. I don't know no dude right now who made those decisions that you're talking about. That's in jail doing life or doing double life, all that. I guarantee you, when you sit down with them and have that conversation, the first thing they're gonna wish they never did made the decisions that they made that put them where they at.
Your
So
decision
it
will be your demise. You
yeah.
make
So
wrong
it's
decisions. So you gotta listen
it's
up.
it's it's all good to play that to have that energy when you ain't experiencing facing your demise. See, when you ain't facing your demise, you can talk all that tough shit.
Right,
But when
right,
you gotta face it and you gotta go through it,
Oh my
then
god.
all that shit gonna change because you're gonna start seeing the precious things of life getting taken away from you, and you're gonna you definitely gonna change your you're gonna change your tone.
right.
So it's all good to think like that and have that energy. A person allowed to have that energy. It's just like a person that's out here in the streets doing dirt until they get caught, and then they get in that room with those police, and they start seeing the time they facing and all this other stuff, and then they end up telling because the pressure from they thought they could handle it, but they didn't really know because they never experienced it. They never been there.
Right,
And they realize when they get there that damn, this pressure is really too much for me to really bear, and I can't. And that's when they start talking, they start ratting.
right,
So
right, right,
it's easy to have all that energy until the time come, especially if you never experienced it. Then
right,
it's definitely when you get there, you don't know how you're gonna react. So
right.
So
So
that's what we have to understand, and that's the reason why we have to understand what culture is about and what's the purpose of culture and all these and what it does for us and how it cultivates us as a people. You
right, right.
understand?
Keep talking to the people. I gotta handle something real quick.
Yeah. So these are the things that we have to realize how important culture is, and what it does for us as a people. It gives us some type of dignity, respect, and love for self, love for our people, and so forth. The decisions that we make is not in a form of a savage mind. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do things with a little bit more love and respect. You understand?
Right.
This is what culture does for us. You know. Matter of
Right.
fact, let me look that up. I'm gonna look that word up, culture, so people can really understand what that word is. Because some people don't really understand what culture means. So we're
Right.
gonna get the we're gonna get the we're gonna get the Wikipedia for now, just basic research of what culture is and you know what it does. Um, so when we look up the word culture, it says culture is a concept that encompasses the social behavior. So there goes the first thing. Culture gives you the it's a concept that deals with social behavior, meaning how you supposed to behave when you're amongst other human beings. So if you have some type of culture, it's going to give you the respect for yourself, your people, and for other respect for other people culture around around you. So you're going to have that respect, that love, and you're gonna make certain decisions where you don't disrespect yourself and other people around you. So this is what culture does for you. So if you go further, it says culture is a concept that encompasses the social behavior. That's a key word. Social behavior, institutes, and norms found in human society, as well as knowledge, belief, arts, laws, customs, capabilities, and habits of the individual in these groups. Culture is often originated, formed, or an attribute to a specific region or location. You understand? So,
Right.
culture is a concept that governs human behavior, social behavior. So
Right.
it just don't give you the capability of how to move around people respectfully with love, respect, and honor. You understand? Some type of dignity. It also gives you that for yourself. And when you don't have that in yourself, it's self-destruction. And when you don't have that in the society, it's definitely chaos, mayhem, and
Right.
destruction. What we seeing in the hip hop culture right now. You know why? Because, like I said, the most important part of the culture of hip hop is the knowledge of self. And we done lost that. We done lost that whole thing because that was a concept that gave us a way how we supposed to socialize with each other and
Right.
respect each other and love each other and honor each other. You understand?
Right.
But
Right.
because we don't fully deal with the culture of knowledge itself, and we only deal with only certain aspects we want to deal with that gives us some type of materialistic gain and power, it leads to our demise. And it just don't lead to our demise individually, but as a population, as a people, and it also destroys the culture itself. So all this money that we talking about we getting, if we keep on handling the culture the way we handling it, we're not going to be able to make the money that we can off the culture.
Right.
Because if we keep it 100 right now, black people is not controlling the culture of hip hop. White people do. So white people are benefiting mostly off the culture and making more money off the culture than we are.
Absolutely.
So we only getting crumbs, but at the same time, we getting those crumbs is worth enough for us to disrespect ourselves and our people. So, see, and that's when it leads to self destruction or having that getting to that self destruction, that savage way of living and thinking. You know,
Mm. Do you
which
believe in the
which
doors?
say that again.
Do you believe in the doors?
Doors.
Yeah.
What you mean by doors?
All right, there's three doors. One
Mm,
door to become famous is a bunch of them people that
mm,
you have to do certain things to
mm,
make them happy. Then you had the other
mm,
door, you worship the devil. You know
mm.
what I'm saying? And then you had the other door where good luck. You know what I'm saying? With your talent, career, hopefully you make it. You know what I'm saying? So mostly like the way we talk, we want to go in that direction. We don't want to take the other door where they're doing homosexual activities or the other door where they worship Satan and so it's like
Yeah,
it's
but
three doors, but these young dudes will sell themselves immediately and they're getting exposed. They're getting exposed rapidly out here
yeah,
in the streets.
yeah,
Some of your favorite
yeah.
artists, I'm not gonna say no names. So I don't want to give no definition of a character,
Mm,
but people know what I'm talking about. They're getting, you're guilty. You know what I'm saying? What is it? You're innocent until they prove you guilty. You
mm.
know what I'm saying? And I think it's sad that if it is true that you would sell yourself for the riches.
Yeah, see, but that goes back again. We talking about culture, and we talking about hip hop culture. One of the aspects of culture is what they call the religious aspect, or your connection with a higher power. You understand? Or what we call God, which whatever you want to call it, Allah, Jehovah, Hashem, Buddha,
Right.
Brahma, whatever you want to call it. But these religions give you some type of moral value and respect, and it keeps you in tune with a higher power. In other words, it keeps you in tune with a higher self, your higher self, and the higher morals and principalities, which are godly. So when it comes to that, selling your soul, only a person, only person that does things like that is a person that don't have a high advanced culture of self.
Right.
You understand? Those are the ones that's gonna do whatever for the money. You understand? But here's what we have to understand: hip hop ain't about money. Hip hop wasn't created for about the money. It was a way of culture, the way we socialize with
Your
each
life.
other.
Right.
You know how we interact with each other. You know how we in tune and harmony and peace with each other and enjoy each other.
Right.
Hip hop was never about money. It was these Europeans that infiltrated who made it about money, and then they taught that to the black executives, and they started carrying that same aspect, or started signing people for money just to make money off of them. You
Absolutely.
understand? And enslaving a person to a contract, and manipulating them with money and riches and things of that nature so they can make money. And
Mhm.
um, to be in that parasitic relationship with somebody. You understand?
Right.
That ain't what hip hop is about. That's not hip hop. You understand? Hip hop was a way of culture where our people came together and through song and dance and spoken word interact with each other, and it was a way of attunement with a higher power, which we can say God,
Right.
through the dancing music and spoken word and things of that nature. You
So, so how
understand?
do, so how do you explain to the younger gentlemen, be like, man, y'all some old bitter guys, man. Y'all old, man. Y'all bitter, man. You just mad because we out here getting this money. You know what I'm saying? And whatever y'all doing. But back then we didn't get paid. The artists didn't get paid like the artists are now. You know what
Nah,
I'm
it
saying?
was never about that. It wasn't never about getting paid.
Right. But
You
I'm
know.
saying this is how the young dudes will talk to us. And I want you to correct them. That's what I'm telling you. So I want to correct them. Like first, we're not bitter old men.
Yeah,
We love our culture. We want to
yeah,
bring the youth back.
mm,
We've seen a lot. We grew up in the era where hip hop was really like starting to buzz
yeah,
and popping. So we know a lot about the culture and the money that y'all making off of this culture, and we just want you to do right by it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like I said, it was never about the money. In reality, nothing ain't really about the money. It's about the morals and values. That's the foundation. Because if you don't got that, for example, if you don't got the morals and values and principalities in the drug game, then things is chaos. Things go into destruction. And then what happens is we just destroy ourselves, and the money we can be making, we don't really never get to that because we're going to self-destruct
Right,
because
right,
of the moral, because we throw out the morals and principalities that shows us how to get money together. And and enter, and like how I was reading with culture is a concept for social behavior. So our behavior, the way we interact with each other, is more important than anything. It's more important than getting money, because you can't get money with a person that you can't socially interact with or in tune with, and develop that bond of love, peace, and respect and honor. You understand?
absolutely, absolutely.
Because if you go in, if you that makes the game that we playing longevity, and we can make more money together, and we all can prosper and grow and so forth. But if we don't get no concept of culture to socially learn how to behave with each other, then we're gonna destroy all that, and it ain't gonna be no money to make. You understand? We ain't gonna
Right.
never. It's just gonna be chaos and mayhem and self destruction and death. So the principalities is the foundation for anything, because it's the morals and principalities of how we deal with each other when we got this money and these materialistic things. If we put those things first, it's definitely gonna we definitely gonna defile ourselves as a people,
Right,
because it ain't no morals and principalities. We're not standing on nothing.
right.
So it has to come to that point where you say, nah, I'm not gonna my morals and my principalities, I'm not gonna downplay for no money. That's just like um a man or even a woman sexually overexhausting themselves for money, you understand, and degrading themselves for a dollar bill.
Right,
At the
right.
end of the day, when you understand it, it's just paper. It's not even real. You
Hmm.
understand? It's just a system of a medium system of exchange. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's not something that you defile yourself for. I
Right.
understand you got to survive, you got to food, clothes, shelter. All that is all understandable. But money is just a system of exchange. It's not something that you're supposed to defile your soul for, because your soul is eternal.
Mm.
The money and the materialistic is time sensitive. It's not going to be there forever, and you
Eternal.
can't take it you can't take it with you. And at the end of the day, when you got to face the karma for the things that you defiled yourself for money, it's not going to be a good situation for you. It's not going to be a good feeling for you
Right.
or a good look. And these are things that you're going to have to deal with inside you. So when that money is gone for y'all women, all the sexual favors that y'all did, all the defiling yourself as women, y'all gonna have to deal with that in yourself at the end of the day when that money is gone. Same thing for the men that's out here robbing, stealing, and killing, and destroying lives and all this other stuff. When that money's gone, these are things that's incorporating in you that you're gonna have to deal with, and it's not gonna be good.
All right. So that money can lead the women about when you said money's going to be gone for the women, right? I say about the age of 35.
Women, women or men. I'm not just saying women. I'm just talking about in generally
In
men or
general, but
women.
yeah, I'm just talking
When
about
the
women as far as
when the money
what
is
the
gone, when when the money is gone, then you're gonna have to deal with all the destructive karma that's left. You're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, but I'm saying the money's going for the women at age 35. I would say 35 or 3 kids, and it's over with. Because no man's gonna want to spend no money for a woman with 3 kids over the age of 35. I know China's doing it. China don't want to date a woman over 35 no more. So, once you got a bunch of kids and you're 35, you're basically washed up. You got to work hard for that money. You're not going to get it for free from these six-figure men that you think you are. Now, as far as the guys is making the money, and this is just my opinion. I'm giving you to the age of 35, you get locked up or lose your life. A lot of people don't make it near 35. They die at age 17 out here in the Bronx. Kids is dying at 17, 18 years old.
I
You know what I
mean,
mean? Before they
people,
can even reach
people.
30,
I
20.
mean, let's keep it. Babies are coming in the world. They dying.
Right.
So
Unfortunately.
some people ain't even making it fully in the world. They coming in and they dying as fast as they come in out the womb.
So
You know
I
what I'm
think it's
saying?
why
For
they
what?
like, I gotta go get this money. I gotta get this money because life is so short. It's shorter now than when we was coming up.
Yeah, but that goes back to a materialism doctrine. You understand? We have to understand that we're more than just physical. We're more than just the flesh.
Right.
And those things that the flesh need, food, clothes, shelter, all this other stuff that we add on to adorate, the flesh.
Right.
We're
Right.
more than that. That's the illusion aspect. Is not even real. The true you is that soul that's keeping you alive, that's connecting you to a higher power. You understand?
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's real. So if you're not doing anything to cultivate that and you're just cultivating the flesh, you're dealing with an illusion. You're dealing with something that's not real. You understand? And then you're gonna have to deal with the suffering and the pain spiritually. And
Mm,
that's for real. You ain't gonna be able to escape that.
nah.
You probably can escape all the things of the flesh by dying, but death is not gonna help you escape what you have to deal with inside yourself. You still
Absolutely.
gonna carry around all that pain and hurt and frustration and anger and embarrassment and degradation for all the things that you did in your physical life.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. You're 100% right. You
so we
know,
ain't we gotta learn that we're not just physical beings, and we're not just physical beings here to just chase money and materialistic things. We're here really to cultivate ourselves spiritually so we can grow and learn and advance. And if you're not learning and advancing and growing from your experiences, then you're just you're short you're shortcutting your growth. You're not really going anywhere.
right. People forget there's an afterlife. You
Yeah,
know, you can't take
it's
money like they said. I never seen a bricks truck follow a hearse. A
yeah,
lot of rappers died with money.
yeah.
Who
But
who got it? Who got it?
a
Did
lot
it
of people
their
don't.
family?
But see, here goes the thing about culture again, and talking about the culture of hip hop. And the most important thing of hip hop, the foundation, is the knowledge of self, which we really got rid of and we strayed from. Because when you get knowledge of self, then you understand, you develop and grow mentally, and you understand that you're more than just a physical body. And you start understanding the science spiritually of who you are and how you can cultivate and grow and advance. You understand? Through that. So
Right,
it's the knowledge itself that helps you tap into who you truly are and give you the science of how to tap in and cultivate it and develop and grow and advance. But when you don't get the knowledge itself, you have no knowledge of that. So the only thing you know is the physical, and that's the only thing you're gonna you know connect with and try to satisfy. And that's chasing the money, chasing the bag, and doing whatever to get the bag. You start to worship it because you think that's the only thing that it is, and you start to grab on and hold on to it even more tighter and stronger, and you don't want to let it go. And then you start doing things against your morals and principalities that if you have to let it go and live without it, then you start doing things, you start doing extreme things.
Right,
And that's what a lot of people are doing when we deal with this materialistic thing and we start talking about people that's chasing the bag and doing anything for money. This is the position that they get in. They worship the money so much they don't want to let it go. They holding on tight to it because they have no knowledge of self or who they really are. They think they're a physical being. And so when they come to a point where they have to let go of this money or not have it no more, then anxiety and fear starts to sit in, and then they start going to the extreme and start doing self-destructive things,
right,
or
right, right.
degrading themselves. So that it definitely comes from
Keep up that
ignorance.
lifestyle.
Yeah, it definitely comes from ignorance. No knowledge of self or who you are. It's just ignorance, and ignorance leads to savagery.
Right,
Savagery and ignorance is hand in hand.
right, right. So I mean,
So
the youth, now we're dealing with they on the savage level. They call
yeah,
themselves savages now.
yeah,
I
they
want
call
demon
themselves
time,
yeah,
bodies, and I'm gonna get
yeah,
bodies, and if there's
yeah,
something going on, nobody should be out in the streets when I'm doing my dirt.
yeah,
It should be, even though it's like what during the daytime, if
yeah,
I want to go out and play, kids should be going home. When I want to go get my enemy,
mm,
they should be home. But see, here's the thing. I think that if you have an enemy, you shouldn't be shooting across the street at a playground. Shoot them point blank range if you want to get your enemy. I don't condone violence, but if you want your enemy, remember there's people's grandmoms, there's
mm,
children's out in the street, the elderly, such and such. They out in the streets, and you out here airing it out. I want to air the
mm,
block out.
mm,
What are you airing the block out for? There's people, grandmas, mothers, and fathers and uncles, civilians,
yeah,
and you don't get no points like that. I mean, they want to be gangster, and you know, it's incredible. This Amazon dude, I'm thinking about it as I'm thinking about it now. He's steady working, minding his business. Somebody banged him from the ear to his mouth. The
mm,
buck 50,
mm,
right? And I believe that's what they used to do for the gang related. They
mm,
point at people, what I'm saying, that's working hard, and be like, instead of just doing the enemy, just point that person at the elderly man or the woman, and to see if he does it or not. And if you don't do it, he's not a member. And I think
mm,
it's sickening, man. It's sickening that you're going to cut somebody's father, mother that's trying to make a dollar. This goes outside every day. It's already rough to go out here and pay New York rent. People out here struggling. People are handicapped, but you're jumping on them just for that dollar. That dollar's evil. Like I say, like you said, it's savages for that
yeah,
dollar to keep up that lifestyle.
yeah,
They stabbing and robbing just to give that girl that sneaker, that girlfriend, the sneaker. Not when you worried about they children that need. It's sad, bro.
yeah.
Very sad,
That's
man.
just that just goes back again to no self identity or who you are, and
But you,
the thing that you are building your identity off are materialistic things, the money, the jewelry, the clothes, the cars, the houses, you know, all that. These are the things that you're identifying yourself with. But here goes the flip side of that coin. All those things are time sensitive. They get old, they break, They get worn out. And so if you're building your identity off these things that's time sensitive, you're always going to be threatened or have anxiety through time or by time, because time is the thing that can destroy your self-image, or I should say that that illusional self-image.
Right,
You
right, right,
understand? Because in time, like I said, all those things have to go away. And so if those things make up your identity, then your identity is always threatened by time. And
right,
time is something that we're living in. You understand? So these people who has this false identity that they make up with this materialistic stuff and these false ideals and concepts of they self, these are the people that eventually, when time um deteriorates this false image, those are the ones that go into savage mode
right,
because of the fear and anxiety that they have of their identity being taken away or destroyed.
right,
You understand? So this is what materialism puts people in. This is the state materialism put things in, because like I said, it's time sensitive. And
right,
so in time and through time, it's going to be destroyed, it's going to get old, it's going to wear out, and all these things. And if your identity is attached to these things, then your identity becomes fragile.
how
You
about
understand? So a lot of these people are walking around with fragile images and ideas of they self because they base it on materialistic things. And those are the ones that live in fear throughout their life, and these are the ones that eventually go into the extreme savage mode or behavior.
right, right? It's a
But
sad thing.
culture teaches you that you ain't just a physical thing. You understand?
Right, right,
So when you don't have no culture, or if you're not dealing with the culture of things the right way, it's always going to be self-destruction. Because, like you said, even when it comes to war, when we're talking about war, our ancestors and our culture even had a moral and principality of how we engaged in war. And one of the things was you did not destroy civilians.
right, right,
So even the way we deal with war and the way we engage in war is not part of the culture. This is the reason why mothers, fathers, little kids are getting stray bullets to the head, because we're not staying in tune with the culture that's supposed to be around us.
right,
It's nothing wrong with war or going to war, because sometimes that's what it has to be. The laws of the universe, that's the way it has to work itself out.
right,
But there's also a way of to engage. There's a moral and principality of how to engage where you're not just destroying everybody.
right,
So back in the days, we didn't do stuff like that. If we saw kids, mothers, old people out there, we'll let them ride, let them get a pass.
police the neighborhood.
Yeah, not just police the neighborhood, but we if we saw our enemy, we gave them a pass because old people and children and mothers were out there.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? We stuck to the code of how we supposed to engage in war.
right,
But now everybody has this later for that. I'm gangster. I'm gonna show you how gangster I am. I'm gonna drive by and shoot with a whole bunch of old people and kids out there, and I don't care who I kill, and I'm gangster for doing that. And people co-signing and glorifying people for doing that. When back in the days, that wasn't glorified, and somebody, the elders, would check you if you was doing something like that. Will
right,
put you right in your place. There'll be a penalty to pay if you did something like that.
right,
But now it ain't nobody at the gate no more. There's and when I say at the gate, there's nobody at the gate to protect the culture and make sure nobody's destroying and deteriorating the culture, and that everybody's abiding by how the dynamics of the culture is supposed to go, so we can sustain ourselves and survive.
Right.
There's nobody at the gate no more to make sure that's going on.
But
These old
some
time.
guys want to say, what about you guys? Why don't y'all go to the gate and protect the gate? These are things that's going to be mentioned. You know, they quick to say that, we preaching or we talking about it, but we just want y'all to just get it right, man. Just get it right, man. If you're gonna indulge with hip hop and love the culture, you know what I'm saying? Be
Yeah,
beneficial.
but hip hop. See, I always say this: hip hop is a branch of a bigger culture, and I always say hip hop is a branch off of a bigger culture of who we are as indigenous Aboriginal people.
Right,
Because if you look at hip hop has all the aspects of who we are as indigenous Aboriginal people.
right,
You understand? Only thing we did in creating hip hop was took things that were already there and formed a sub aspect, a subculture. If I'm gonna say that's what hip hop is. Hip
right.
hop is a subculture of a bigger culture, which we call Afrocentricity.
Mm,
You understand?
right.
And that's the true culture. What we
Y'all
did
start
was take.
listening. Brothers
You
dropping
understand?
jewels right here.
So that's what we have to understand. We have to get back to the true culture. When we
Right.
get back to the Afrocentric culture where hip hop was made from, then we really can grow and cultivate. But as long as we're dealing with this subculture that we call hip hop, that we're not in control no more, that's weaponized against us by the powers that be that infiltrated and took over, then we definitely gonna be lost, and we definitely gonna self destruct.
We could create our own hip hop society. A lot of people been doing it. Whether it's the
Yeah,
underground or whatever. We don't have to listen to these clowns or these dudes. Yeah, they might have some good songs. They might be good artists, but these are the guys they put in front of us. But we have a lot of, and if y'all listening, man, y'all talented. Y'all talented. Holla at me. I want to do a mixtape with talented people, man, because there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of good music. We can start our own industry and keep it 100. Keep it Afrocentric, like Brother Sikkim saying. Let's keep it
but
going, you heard? Let's
and
keep it
that's
going.
that's that's what we got to get back into, of taking back the culture and refining it to its pure pristine of what it was. And
Right.
until we do that, it's not going to happen, because the colonizers that infiltrated and took it over and now manipulating it and weaponizing it against us, they're not going to let that happen. You
That's why you got to
understand?
speak
So
up on them, like we did back in the day. They didn't really think hip hop was going to go as far as it did, but you sneak up on them, and then you start doing something different on the low. So when they try to stick their hands in the pot, you cut their hands off.
no, well, they didn't think hip hop was going to go to where it was going to go, because they didn't see the money value in it. The
Right.
only the only people that said that hip hop wasn't going to be around for too long was the people that really didn't see the money value in it. That's why they said, "Oh, this ain't going to be around for too long. It's just a fad." You understand? But
Right.
once they start saying, "Oh, this thing can generate millions and billions of dollars," then it stayed around. It been around for, they say, 50 years or so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But when we know it's older than that, and we even let them interpretate of how old hip hop is.
Right.
It's them saying hip hop is 50 years old. Hip hop is not 50 years old. Hip hop is older than that. You know,
Absolutely.
they said it's 50 years of recording. It's 50 years of recording hip hop. You understand? That's what it is. The recording of 50 years when it first started to be recorded. but you got a pre-era where before hip hop was recorded, where people was already participating in the culture,
Right.
and you had your groups like the Cold Crush Brothers, the Treacherous Three, the Fearless Four, the Fantastic Romantic Five, um, Grandmaster Flash, the Furious Five. You had that era, which is pre hip hop, before it was recorded. And these groups that I named, they were already participating in the culture.
Right. Right.
And it wasn't about money. It was about, like I said, a way how we socially behaved around each other, where we can enjoy each other, and peace and love and harmony, those qualities with each other. You understand?
Right. So
That
now,
was me. Hmm.
we're gonna get back into it. I appreciate y'all pulled up. You know what I'm saying? We had the time now where we have to like sign off and all that. But listen, man, take the knowledge that Bro Sikkim was dropping the knowledge tonight. You know what I'm saying? So take it, spread the word, about Universal Crown, Crown Podcast.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely,
saying?
man.
Buy Votronics clothing line.
Yeah, tune
www.votronics.com,
in,
man. Visit
because
the
through
store.
this platform is a way how we trying to refine the culture of what it's supposed to be really about. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
So we only can do that as a collective, as everybody coming together and supporting each other. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
I hope
But
you listen
we can't lose the Afrocentric perspective of
at
it.
all. At all.
So
I hope y'all take this in, man. I know there's a lot to digest, and a lot of people are hard headed, goes one ear and out the other. I get it, man, but just remember, it might be your
let
grandma
me
that got hit with a stray bullet. It
let me
might be your
finish.
grandfather, your child. God forbid, and all that tough guy and all that. I think that era's kind of corny now. It's over with.
Mm,
Everybody's a shooter. Man, everybody's a killer. So I
yeah,
think that
that's
era's over with. And then when you go to
yeah,
jail,
that's
that woman you like is going to keep it going.
yep.
With fan
The,
pages, get her
yep,
money,
yeah,
and won't help
yep.
you out. Just be
Those kids
yeah,
that you left out on the street, they growing up, they gonna grow up without you, and they gonna
with
keep
hate.
on moving, yeah, with hate, and keep on moving in their life. So all this gangster image of being a killer is definitely a false image, another false image that they gave us to self-destruct because of not knowing who we are and where we come from. You understand?
Right,
But I think a lot of people are realizing that the gangster concept is not about anything, because a lot of people are experiencing death,
right.
jail time, destruction and trauma. And I think a lot of people, like, are waking up and saying, nah, I ain't with it, you know.
Word. So the time's coming down, and I appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all. Universal Crown Podcast. We appreciate y'all pulling up. Spread the word. Each one teach one. Brother Sikkim,
Fact.
got anything else to say before we get off this?
Nah, one thing I gotta do is say peace. That's it.
And we off this, man. Salute.
Decepticons
Salute.
attack.